Good morning, everybody. It's 11:30. In the midst of being cooked, we are so back. All right. So, let's talk about the market, and I'm going to talk about me for a second. My wife is totally due, but we're not going to induce. So, anytime, I'm going to get you guys updates regardless, because this is what I do for a living, even when I'm not publishing plans. It might be on mobile, but I'll tell you what I think is going to happen next. And when I'm busy, I'm busy. So, if I ever don't release a plan, I will be sure to update the room, and I'll get back to it when I can. So let's talk about what happened. We are in a relief bounce. We still need to clear right here in order for this relief bounce to turn into a reversal. Remember, all relief bounces can turn into reversals with a reclaim. That's why price discovery to the downside is less appetizing in a breakdown short. If we are able to hold a higher low around our breakout of pre-market 37385, we are going to try to push right through here. And when we push through here, that's when you should start getting bowled up for a real reversal instead of just a relief bounce. Okay. So let's be careful with our words here. Here's our flag that we care about now. It's lower on the chart because of all the price action that preceded it. All we have to do is break the first meaningful resistance. Here's where it is. Here's the pre-market support as far as where the knife catch long would be if you want to take it. But really, you want to see the flag reclaimed. A flag reclaim will push right to the top of the flag, and then it's going to probably higher low off 7468. So I want you guys to draw the flag, and then I want you to note 7468 inside that flag as the key area to hold the higher low in. Okay. You can also mark up, I should leave these levels on when I write the plan. You should also mark up this higher low. If this higher low fails, guess what? We are still on the table for down here. But let's not be negative Nancy's about it. Let's just let it play out, and whatever it does, it does. Okay. Bitcoin looks bullish to me. It looked bullish last night. It looks bullish today. It looked bullish a week ago. I think we're in a consolidation that's going to pop. I think that pop's going to go to the low 70s. Then we'll look for a higher low. Bitcoin is just like ES. It's right below a flag reclaim. We are a little bit farther along, though. We are in that flag, or at least we're trying to be. That means as long as Bitcoin can push down to hold these things and reclaim that flag, it's the exact same thing that we want for ES. We want to reclaim the flag to show us some life. Riot. Guys, I don't know. I think it's a 1-2. So same thing as yesterday. Guess what? We need to reclaim the flag. When ES reclaims its flag, Riot will reclaim its flag. It probably won't be smooth, guys. It's probably gonna pop. It's probably gonna higher low. It's not gonna make you happy on the way. So maybe it will, but I doubt it. I don't know. These guys are hard to play, right? So we went up 25% just to come down 25%, just to rally 22%. Okay, like take it for what it is, guys. But I will say one thing. If our entry is down here and our trim is right here and we're currently trading right here, do not hold any longs that lose this low. We are no longer interested in this trade if this low of this, what I think is a 2, is lost. 100%, you can no longer hold it. This was holdable because we're retesting the lows. Well, this is the retest. If this retest fails, get out of the trade. Okay, I still have high time frame shares. It is what it is. I am going to hold them because I have conviction for your particular trade. If you're not in high time frame like me over years, you are not going to want to hold this anymore if we lose the low, and then I will get you back into it if I can. But this trade, everybody should be okay with this trade, right? We got in at 11, we got in at 16, we sold at 24, we entered at 18.50 or 19, we sold at 24. We didn't do anything. I did not re-add here, but I have a plan to add that trim back if I can. It can be proven to me that this higher low can hold and we can reclaim this flag. Okay, so if we can flag through here, hold a higher low, I will add that 24 trim right back to Riot. I will ride this whole trade up to 40. So have a plan for Riot, have a plan on how to cut it, have a plan on how to add to it. You need to have this before it happens, not react to it. Okay, guys? So you want to see an initial pop or a flag. You want to see probably a stop out of this whole thing. You want to see a higher low somewhere in here. You want that higher low to hold over this range. Okay? All of this stuff is going to give you confidence to add. Meanwhile, losing this flagpole now is not an option for bulls. Okay? Mara's doing the exact same thing as Riot, but it's a little bit behind Riot. So we want Riot to hit the upside. You know, it's the leading leg to me. I can see this because when I look at the Riot to Mara ratio, I know that it's in an uptrend and I know it needs one more push, right? So I know that the Riot to Mara ratio looks probably like this. That means I want to be weighted Riot. And when we get this last push, I want to be weighted Mara, but I want to be in them both because one doesn't go up without the other. This is just saying that if Riot moves like 25%, maybe Mara will move 15, or maybe when Riot hits the target 40, Mara could be right below a reclaim, and we can add to Mara. But basically, this is the logic behind it. Let's check out and see what AMD's doing. AMD's having a great day. I have not added, but I am going to. So we gap filled, right? I mentioned this in the room this morning in the AMD channel, but we gap filled. We want to see this gap fill hold a higher low somewhere around here, around 68 to 72. If we can flag and hold this higher low, I'm going to enter on this move right here. I'm telling you this ahead of time in case I am busy when it happens. So one more push out of AMD here into the resistance. The resistance is right around 503. Once it hits 503, you guys are going to look for a higher low, enter on the higher low, and then put a stop below this low. That's how I'm going to take the Mara trade, and I'm going to trade it up to 700. I will do this on complete autopilot. I do not need to look at charts. I could be 100% busy, hit an alert from Mara at 503, hit another alert at 470, nowhere to put my stop, nowhere to get long, nowhere to put my target, okay? I don't even look at this day-to-day stuff. This is exactly what I need to see in order to play this and to get back in. And that's what I'll do. Meta looks okay. I know we had a rough earnings. That doesn't change much. It's just frustrating. I don't want to beat a dead horse here. SpaceX. Yeah, it looks like it's going to bounce. Same thing, guys. I'm going to play this relief bounce to my entry, and I'm going to get out of SpaceX. So if you got in SpaceX when I got in SpaceX, you are going to be selling it about where you entered, right around this low 140s, and then we're going to look for a higher low. Again, I don't even look at the charts. I know that when it gets up here, I'm going to sell. I don't care what the candle looks like. I know 100% I'm going to sell. I know I'm going to set an alert right on this blue bar, and I know I'm going to re-enter when it gets there. That's how I trade, right? You can't see my alerts on my chart, but I know when I'm going to sell. I know where I'm going to set my alerts. If this comes straight down to here and holds a higher low, I know that I'm going to get long SpaceX. I know where I'm going to put my stop loss. I know I'm going to target about 200. So that trade is in the books in my head already, no matter what. Netflix. Oh, nice. Okay, so I talked about this last time with you guys where we're consolidating below the 200 weekly. That's the yellow line right here. In order to be, you want to be bullish for a false breakdown. Well, we had a nice pop. We did the pop here, and now we are trying to hold a higher low off this 200 weekly. So if soon as Netflix makes a new high, I'm not going to add to it, but if you like Netflix, if you make a new high right up here, like right over this wick, you are safe to add to Netflix and put your stop at 70. So if Netflix gets to the mid 70s, you can double down on Netflix and put a stop loss at 70.50. Okay, so that's how to add to Netflix. Again, your target's going to be 100% locked in. Right now, we don't have a stop loss at 70.50, but as soon as you get to 75, you can add and then throw your stop loss at 750 and just not even look at it. Okay. I did not order or MVAX up because I was busy this morning, but it looks like this is still a good entry. I am going to let this play out a little bit because I don't want to babysit the position. I'm not 100% sure on the structure yet. I know where it's going to go eventually, but I don't need to put any more knife catches in my portfolio. I think I have enough drama. Palantir, I got nothing to say about this. Let me tell you one thing. From my political perspective, losing any money on Palantir, I don't have Tesla, but if I was losing money on Tesla, Palantir, or SpaceX like I am, it like kills me on the inside because I hate these companies. And that's coming from somebody who's owned a Model S and a Model 3. It just is what it is. I bought it in 2023 before the heel turn. Not my fault, bro. WULF. Oh man, right off those lows. I did. This is another one that looked really good, but I did not get long because I was waiting for a higher low. I think this clearly to me looks like a 200-week reclaim. This is chaseable to me if you're okay with a 1474 stop loss. This is the first time looking at the chart today, guys, or I would have said something a little earlier. But if you're okay with a 1474 stop loss, you're okay chasing this higher. The target for WULF is way up there, guys. I don't know. It's way up there. I'm going to have to chart it against WGMI, but I know it's at least 100 because this first wave is up to 30. We came down 50% retracement. It's going to go. But if I'm wrong, you need to have that stop loss in place, and that's where to put it. But we're getting an impulsive candle on a 1-2 right off the low, right off support. It's kind of killing me a little bit because I've been so preoccupied lately with, you know, my family as it is, making sure everything's in place, but also trying to, you know, be a steward of the fact that this market's volatile and choppy. But this is a good play. New. I don't know what this is going to be because what I think is happening is we're starting the beginning of a Wyckoff range. So we have like the automatic reaction, the first bounce. I think we're going to find a high to the range. I'm not sure where the high is going to be, but pretty sure it's going to be somewhere up here. I don't think we're going to go straight down to here yet. I think it's probably going to be choppy shit. But this is a good thing not to be in right now, and let this play out for like a month or two, but keep it on the back burner because the new target eventually we're going to shoot for around 1,000. I know that's up there, but it's a 4-bagger with shares. After we see this Wyckoff range get a high, get the middle of the range, get a spring. Then we're going to look for a top. We're going to watch it jump the creek, and then we'll get out of there. Okay. But right now, since I don't know what that's going to look like, I just have to extrapolate and say it's going to look roughly like this, you know, and we'll see. We'll see. But news one to watch. Oxy, here's what I think is going to happen, guys. I think it's going to grind higher, and this is why I don't think it's good to be in a long yet, because I think it's going to get there eventually, and then it's eventually going to tank. But I think it's going to grind higher with oil. Let's see what that's doing. Not that. Yeah, okay. I still think oil's going higher. I think it's going to like 140. Somebody mentioned DXY this morning. Let's check that out. Awesome. You want this, guys. You want DXY to capitulate down to about 89. That's going to be the tailwinds for our Bitcoin adjacent plays when DXY comes down. Know also that we expect DXY to capitulate as part of our thesis. It is what enables our thesis to work. Okay, so we want this. We want the death of DXY, and then what's going to happen is when I think DXY is going to go lower than anybody thinks. Okay, so I'm anticipating DXY getting a big bounce into the end of the year in the 80s, bringing us right back to about where we are now. People thinking the correction's over, or rather not the correction's over, but that we're setting a high in the market because we bounced so much in DXY, and then I think there's going to be a ripper on the market, which is going to capitulate DXY. And then at the end of all of it, I believe DXY is going to squeeze. I think DXY is going to squeeze higher. I think it's going to squeeze 200 plus. We're going to stay heavy cash for that. And the reason for that is because the market, I think the market's going to top when DXY gets down into the 70s, okay? And holding a big cash position while DXY squeezes is not the worst thing in the world. I'm not somebody who believes that crypto is going to be the new dollar or anything like that, but I do believe that it's the most bullish chart right now despite how long and how frustrating it is taking to move our checking in on our play that tracks Bitcoin. It'll go when Bitcoin does. The best case scenario for you MSTR guys is if Bitcoin just makes the move over the weekend and MSTR gaps up. I don't know if you're going to get that lucky, but that's what I would be hoping for if I were you. So if I am unable to comment, guys, we're not gonna worry about new right now, but I am watching it. We're not gonna worry about meta. I didn't look at Upstart. Upstart looks okay though. It's not really moving. It's just coming down to support. That's fine. What I think you guys should look for next is AMD. I think you should look for that AMD play that I had just said. I think you should look for this bounce to about 503, but then know that that bounce is likely to get faded. So don't get too excited about it. Look for where it's faded to, and if that fade keeps a higher low right here and starts pushing right here, get in there, put a stop loss right below that low, take it back to 700. That's a really good setup right here. You don't even need calls, guys. You could do calls, but AMD calls are really expensive if you have a small port. If you don't, calls aren't bad here as long as you're tight with your stop loss and you're not too far out of the money, because what you don't want is to be wrong about the higher low. You need enough time for it to come down here and then get out of your calls on the relief bounce that fails the reclaim, right? So say you entered right here and then the higher low failed and it comes down to here, then you need to sell your calls on the relief bounce, which kind of break even, right? But you can't do that if you get your calls too far out of the money. Okay, yeah, so next thing you should look for is AMD, I think. And we should look for SPY. Looks like we're already looking better than we were when I started typing this, rather talking and typing. Look for this wall of worry to clear right here. If it can, you're going to turn on the 3-day engulfing candles right here, and you can see that engulfing our wall of worry right here with this green candle would recover this flag in the 4.7480s and would cause a reversal, because this would be the end of the bull flag. Like the cessation of the bull flag would be coming down, bouncing, setting a higher low right here and reclaiming. That would be a false breakdown of this wick low. The reclaim is still required for that to happen, but that would send us on a reversal up to about 8,000. 8,000 would be the next target if we reclaimed here. So look for about 8K if we reclaim 7,500. Then we'll find the higher low after that. Okay, take care, guys.